the thing to explain is the person outside the Trump cult that maybe voted for Obama twice and then flipped. And, what is it that that person saw? It could be that they saw a party that talks more about illegal immigration than about people like them, whatever that means. And they voted for Trump for the same reason that a lot of black voters remain loyal to the left.
In other words, just tribal identity in some way. Because in 2016, I was not surprised. I was one of the very few that weren't. And I think it's because it really resonated with me, the kind of basic themes that Trump was emphasizing that had been essentially removed from mainstream public debate. Like, for example, should we really crack down on illegal immigration and maybe even reduce legal immigration? That really was a very fringe issue among the elites, usually dismissed as a form of racism. But in the country at large, dealing with the biggest influx of mass immigration in a century and the highest number of people, percentage of people in the country who are foreign-born now, about the highest ever in American history, about close to the very early 20th century. And so when Trump said, if we don't have borders, we don't have a country, said it as bluntly as, and also when he coarsely and horribly, and he does this all the time, which is associate immigrants with crime and so on. I just felt he's touched a genuine issue and he's pulling certain levers in terms of people's core identity that are very powerful. And he's up against someone who seems to symbolize everything that ordinary Americans kind of resent about the ruling class. So I expected him to win. And I expected people to think, well, he doesn't really mean all the things he's been saying about seizing power and doing everything himself and bypassing the Congress and his expansive understanding of what he as president is and does. I think they just didn't take it that seriously. And I understand why that is, because worrying about constitutional balance, worrying about a completely out of control executive is an abstract issue for most people. As it is, did the president obstruct justice? Did he collude or conspire? These questions are quite esoteric and quite elite. And I think what I've learned the last 4 years is that all those things which I was concerned with just don't resonate with most people. They really don't care how our constitutional balance is maintaining itself, which makes me unnerved and dismayed and concerned. And I don't think genuine concerns about the way Trump understood his role are illegitimate. I think they're valid. That's why I voted against him. But I do see, in terms of the broader politics, the Democrats misreading dramatically the mood of the country, how they understood Trump, how they didn't take him very seriously in some ways, how I think it was absolutely irresponsible not to take him seriously. And after 4 years, I think we've seen that it was very dangerous at the same time. Nonetheless, the worst did not happen. Most people looked at this and were not as horrified as those of us in the elites and were quietly intending to vote for the guy.